In this video we'll talk about something that's en vogue, radon gas. Thank you for watching this video. That's Alfredo Patricio, your real estate broker in Ottawa region. If you want to buy or sell property, please contact me. You may receive this card in your mailbox. But what is radon gas? Radon gas, or radon-222, is a heavy radioactive gas generated by the disintegration of radium, which is a decay of uranium. Radon gas is invisible, odorless, and tasteless. In high concentrations, it can become a health issue. Outdoors, it's not a problem, but it can accumulate in confined spaces like basements. The largest reserves of uranium in the world are in Australia, 31%, followed by Kazakhstan, 12%, Canada and Russia, 9% each. South Africa, Brazil, Namibia, and Niger have important reserves as well. In all these countries, radon gas is a concern. You may be curious about the incidence of radon gas in the city of Ottawa. It's significant in the entire city, but the west and south regions are the ones with higher incidence. They are the neighborhoods like Canada, Stittsville, Nepean, Bearhaven, The Glebe, etc. There are several entry routes to your house. The most common are basement drains, cracks in the foundation, cracks in solid floors, sump pumps, dirty floors, well water, and windows near ground level. The only way to know the air quality in your house in terms of radon is performing a specific test. The test will show how many becquerels per cubic meter you have in your basement. Becquerel is named after Antoine-Henri Becquerel and is the international unit for radioactivity. There are several devices that can be used to measure the concentration of radon gas in your house. They are classified in long-term and short-term devices. Long-term measurements take from 3 to 12 months and are considered the most reliable. Short-term devices measure the concentration for a period from 2 to 7 days. These measurements are not acceptable in most of the cases, with the exception of homes that had radon problems and these problems were mitigated. After the mitigation work, the company that performed the job may want to have a short-term test, but this test should be followed by a long-term test. In order to perform the test, you need to select a location in your basement. This location should be an area that's occupied by individuals for several hours a day. Examples are home offices, family rooms, or basement bedrooms. Just install the dosimeter on a wall and leave it there for around 90 days. After this period, send it to the lab for analysis. The lab will send you back the results. If you have a concentration higher than 200 becquerels per cubic meter, you will need to hire a company in order to mitigate this issue. Per the Cancer Care Ontario, about 25% of Ontario homes surveyed from 2009 to 2013 had radon concentrations that require remedial action. In this case, they are considering the World Health Organization guideline that's 100 becquerels per cubic meter. There is a big number of different alternatives for radon mitigation. They are not part of the purpose of this present video. The company you hire will be able to give you the best orientation. But do not worry, most solutions are not very expensive. They are usually around a couple $1,000, and I consider it's a very well invested money. That's all about radon gas. This is a very important subject, and I ask all of you to pay close attention to it. I would like to inform that all my clients that buy or sell a property with me from now will receive a Radon test kit. Well, let's take a look at the real estate market in Ottawa region. From now, we are going to have several charts, so I suggest you to take a look at them, pause the video from time to time for a better analysis, okay? This first chart shows Ottawa historical real estate data for condos and freehold. As you can see, we end up 2021 with an average sales price of around $650,000. The orange line is derivative from the blue line, and it shows the increment or decrement of price year over year. Please understand that we have a decrement only when the numbers on the right y-axis are negative. This is the same as the previous orange line. I just made it easier to visualize. The numbers inside the blue circles are the percentual variation of prices. Lots of buyers think that they should wait until the prices decrease, but I think they are having really high hopes. In this figure, we have 62 years of history, and as you can see, the prices decreased only in 5 of these 62 years. And even during those 2 periods where we had reductions in price, those reductions never compensated the increment of the previous years. We cannot predict the future, but these data should be taken in consideration. One way to control inflation is the increment of the interest rate. I select some points of the chart, and you find in red the primary rate for each of those periods. I do not see any strong correlation between the cost of financing and the price of the homes. It would be necessary to have a global analysis of what was happening in each period. It doesn't look to be as simple as interest rate and number of units available in the market. In terms of recent history, and I mean that last 3 years, the big problem looks to be the low number of properties available for sale and an eventual increment of the number of people looking for a safe investment like real estate.